Hey everyone, the numbers are in for Emerald Beach Resort in Panama City Beach for 2022. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. In this quick video, I want to give you a recap of 2022 so we can understand what happened, and then take a look at where we are right now and make some projections on where we see things headed into the spring market for 2023. Very quickly, 2022 was a tale of two halves, really. The first half of the year was extremely intense. The second half of the year was just the opposite. So let me show you a couple of things. One of the ways we can see that, this is a chart from a company called Showing Time that is what some real estate agents, offices, brokers use to schedule actual showing appointments. The orange line is 2022. So you can sort of see that early in the year, right in through here, we were showing just about as much real estate as we were the previous 2 years that were both very good. And you can see as we get later and later in the year, we're showing far less real estate than we did compared to the last 2 years. We did see a little pickup every year towards the end of the year, and we're already seeing that quite a bit, translating into some nice activity going into 2023. This chart here is shows us the purchase index from the Mortgage Bankers Association of America. Essentially, this is showing us how many mortgage applications are coming in, which gives us a good sign on which way housing can be moving. So this is from August to January. Look at this. Right at the end of October, the purchase index, which is their computation for the scale in this chart, it was at 160. It moved up to 182.5, meaning there were 12 or 13% more mortgage applications right towards the end of the year last year. So after a rocky few months where these interest rates went down, we actually saw an increase in some demand. So, and I can tell you already just from what we've seen in the last 7 to 10 days that we may be riding a little momentum there. To give you an idea of the year as a whole in the condo market, we had 12% fewer condos actually came up for sale. We had 35% fewer contracts written. We had 30% fewer actual sales happen, 11% less volume. And the reason that we were only 11% less volume with 30% fewer closings is because the average sales price was up quite a bit. We were up 27%. That's one way to look at appreciation, is to look at the average sales price. Very, very dramatic. There are not a lot of years in real estate where you see numbers move up like that. Another way we can look at what happened in 2022, and this is one I really stress because I think we took it for granted a little bit when it was happening, but the red line here represents the number of units for sale. The black line represents the number of closings that are actually occurring. From November of 2021, 5 months through about March of 2022, we had more condo sales, closings happening than there were actually condos being offered for sale. Check this out. The black line is far above the red line. Red line means what's for sale. Black line's closings. We were closing more units that were even being offered. Rarely does that happen. Extremely intense market. The best takeaway to see where things are going to be headed in 2023 is to look at this months of inventory number. Look at January. 0.51 months of inventory. Remember, months of inventory is just a good way for us to gauge the pace of the market. 4 or 5 months of inventory sort of symbolizes neutral or a balanced market. Theoretically, it means that it takes 4 or 5 months to work through the process of selling something. Seller calls real estate office, and all the things that have to happen to get to closing take about 4 or 5 months. The average condo was selling, working through the whole process of real estate call, photography, showings, contract negotiations, closings, on average was happening in 2 weeks, half a month, 2.5 weeks. That's how hot the market was. And you can see for the whole first quarter, it was happening in less than a month. The entire process, not just the closing, the entire process was happening less than a month. First half of the year, still 1 month, 2 months. We hit the brakes in June and July, and by November, we were at 8.21 months. Now, this was, I took a long pause when I saw that right at the beginning of December, because 8.2 months of inventory is very much a buyer's market. And the longer we stay in that territory, the more pressure. It's got a very, very obvious sign that there's going to be pressure on prices to come down. We recovered nicely to 4.26 months of inventory in December. So at the moment, we're in a very balanced market in the condo market, which would mean you would think pricing would stay somewhat flat. I'm not going to go through all of the sales that happened. I do have this organized by sale date. I'll kind of scroll slowly. So if you want to pause the video at any given point and kind of take a look, you can start to see, if you compare different floor plans or the price per square foot, you can see how things moved up through about the middle of the year, and then kind of flattened out and slightly pulled back just a little bit. If you're not on our e-alert system already, one really good way to keep up with the Emerald Beach Resort market is to, if you're on our e-alert system, you will be sent an email anytime a unit comes up for sale, changes price, or closes. You'll get the accurate sale price and sale date. And I can send that out anytime something happens, or batch it so you only get it about once a week or once a month, something like that. So if you want to be signed up for that, let me know. The overall market in Emerald Beach Resort had cooled quite a bit to neutral market territory here in October. You see 6 months, 8 months in November, like the rest of the market, but it's picked up quite a bit. Seven closings in December. It is one of the hotter markets on the beach right now. If you're thinking about selling in 2023, look at this. There are only 5 units for sale. Remember, we had 7 closings last month in Emerald Beach. We're at 1.2 months of inventory. So at the moment, Emerald Beach Resort is one of the hottest condos out there. A couple of things. You've probably seen a lot of predictions that we may see some depreciation in the housing market this year, meaning prices may head down. If that's the case, then it's very possible that right now we're seeing the highest prices we're going to see in real estate if you subscribe to that. I don't see anything in the condo market at the moment pulling us back. 4.2 months of inventory is a very balanced market. So very generally speaking, prices should stay somewhat flat. I am seeing generally sellers are being a little bit more negotiable. Buyers are offering a little less generally. We could see some price pullback over time, but at the moment, again, it's still flat. Last 7 or 10 days has been very, very good for activity. I have a $2.7 million house that is under contract. I have a $960,000 closing on a condo. Tomorrow, we got $1 million offer on a condo today. We had a closing in Tidewater last week. So there's activity happening, more activity happening than was happening early November and December. So encouraging sign. Going forward, again, I don't see anything in our local market that has me waving the red flag that tons of depreciation is coming. We're very flat for now, but really going to obsess. I'm going to obsess over the data and the numbers. So we'll have these videos coming out every month to make sure we're tracking. Hopefully that can help you guys make some better real estate decisions. If you're watching this video and you're not on our list and you'd like to be on our distribution list of either the e-alert system or just to make sure you're receiving these monthly videos, let me know. My cell number is 850-527-0221. Just give me a call or shoot me a text what you want me to sign you up for. I don't like to pound people with messages and spam email. We just like to send a video out for your neighborhood or condo project once a month. I do send out a Friday email that kind of updates people on what's happening in Panama City Beach and other things I see in the market, and that's the extent of it. And also, too, one thing I hadn't mentioned in a couple of the previous videos, this is a year where there can be a lot more question in the market than there has been. So if you simply want to strategize or kick around ideas on real estate, don't feel like you can't give us a call. Give me a buzz if you just want to strategize or discuss what you may be thinking of potentially buying, potentially selling. You're not obligated to anything. I'm happy to give you my advice on what I see based off of what you're thinking about. So hopefully this helps you. Again, we'll be back in a few weeks with a February update to see what happened in January and see where this spring market may be headed. Thanks for watching.